Shalom, first and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh by Samuel Shai, by Hashem Wakako Dash, double honors to the elder apostles, that great millstone that taught us this truth. Salutation, all Yakin, pushing this word day in and day out. Doing this quick lesson. It says the worst Friday in history. DC bars report financial hit after federal takeover of MPD. That's the Metropolitan Police Department, all right? So let me play this quick clip, man. You know, of course it's an ad, but this is just the beginning of sorrows, man, all right? The co-owner of Crush Dance Bar on 14th Street says it experienced the worst week of sales since it opened in 2024. So, you know, that's the spirit, because we teach on 14th Street, DC, man. All right, I'm pretty sure I drove by this place, but I never paid attention to it. So let me play this clip, man.
After 3 Republican-controlled states announced that they would be sending hundreds of National Guardsmen for the nation's capital. It's been nearly a week since President Trump announced that he would invoke the D.C. Home Rule Act and federalize MPD. Now district bars
Damn sodomites and shit.
say that they've seen a steep decline in business. Our John Duran talked to some bar owners who say that the lack of customers isn't sustainable.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights just outside Crush Dance Bar at 14th and U Streets Northwest. The owner says police, federal agents were parked right outside, driving away customers and making for some of the slowest days he's experienced.
Friday was the worst Friday in history. We lost a little more than $15,000 in that
More sodomites.
night.
Mark Rutstein is the co-owner here.
And he's like a U rat, man. You know, a sodomite, flaming sodomite, because, you know, most of them U rats are sodomites. You know, even going back to their rituals of blowing the little boy, you know, the circumcised. This is some wicked ass shit with the rabbis. You know, it's some wicked ass shit.
He says Wednesday night, authorities set up a checkpoint right outside his bar.
They're checking people's licenses
Oh,
until
that's beautiful. That's a beautiful site right there. I wish I could maximize this to make it much bigger, but this is the best it goes. You know, they had a checkpoint right outside his bar, man.
lights and seat belts with immigration off to the side and Homeland Investigation off to the side.
He says this outside his front door is keeping foot traffic away.
This is something that I can't control. That's why it swims in my head in panic, just trying to figure out what the end of the month is going to look like. 3 more weeks of this? I mean, we're talking about a couple $100,000. If we
Yeah, it is a sodomite bar. Look at the rainbow in the background. They turned a clean thing to an unclean thing, man. You know, the so-called white man. But, yeah, you know, at the end of 30 days, guess what? Trump's going to extend it again, man, because something's going to happen, man. Because I remember back in July, maybe June, July, they was saying, yeah, something big was going to happen within the next 30 days. So it looks like we in that time, man.
Can't make our payroll. We can't pay our staff.
All the ducks are in a row, man. All the chips are in place, man. Here in the DMV.
We can't stay open.
On 18th Street Northwest in Adams Morgan,
Which we seen the feds. We seen the feds last week. You know that camp, man. All right.
David Perusa has seen a similar, unusually low turnout at his bars the past week.
It's been miserable. Like, we saw a decline in sales by $7,000 on Friday.
He says federal agents haven't been seen on 18th Street. The customers still aren't coming out.
Right now, it's like ghost town, and it was a ghost town last night when I went out. It was a ghost town on Friday. It was crazy.
Perusa hopes this dry spell is only temporary.
Really, I think the only thing we can do is just live our lives like normal and not let it affect us, even though it's gonna, and it's hard to say that, but I feel like that's the only way we can protect other people.
A WUSA 9 analysis of restaurant reservation numbers on OpenTable.com shows online reservations at restaurants in the district dropped by more than 30% just 2 days after Trump announced he would take emergency control of police. DC's Summer Restaurant Week starts Monday. In DC, John Duran, WUSA 9.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, man. You know, seeing them lock down DC, all right? It's only fitting, man, all right? Because you got the men of the Lord in DC and across all these cities in Babylon, right? All these major cities, you got the men of the Lord there, man, all right? Hey, this guy's a Jake, too, his father's so-called black man. You know, I know that's all topic, but showing y'all people can come out like, you know, whatever. Because the man carries the seed, all right? So, this sodomite bar on 14th said they ain't making no money, and this just federal takeover is unsustainable. People just going back home. But, you know, they see that checkpoint and just saying, oh, hell no. Because, you know, you had them young niggas, the YNs, you know, run up and down U Street, man, all right? So, you know, hey, Trump don't like that. He cleared that shit out, and it's affecting businesses, man. So let me get some precepts, man. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place, man. Yeah, because this is whole Babylon. You got amusement parks, you got bars, clubs, restaurants. And those are the worst of the bars and the worst of the clubs, because those are sodomite bars, man, all right? LGBT bars. So those are the worst of bars, man. You know? But that's folly, man, okay? It is you're a House of Murphy or Folly Center. And then on top of that, you're a sodomite Folly Center. That's why this place is about to be destroyed, man. This isn't the rich. Who's the rich? The Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. We are royal people, man. You know, even you know, even the women of our people, they bugged out, right? You know, the Latina woman, the so-called black woman, but you know, they carry themselves, you know, with high regard, because you know we're royal people, man. You know, we know that we're somebody, but if society tells us we're nobody. But we know that, you know, deep down inside we're somebody. We know that we're above a damn cave dweller, you know. You know, even Jake that don't even know the truth, man. Why? Because we're royal people, man. We, you know, descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. All right. We Israelites, man. Okay, but we're in a lower state, man. We live in paycheck to paycheck. We live in these weak ass app jobs and shit, and so forth, man. So we just waiting for the Lord to turn the tides, man. Which is it's happening right before our eyes. So we ain't gonna have to work these bullshit ass jobs soon. App jobs and shit like that, man. But we're in a lower state, man. All right. I've seen servants upon horses. Yeah, you see Edomites on their high hog, literally, you know. All right, making money hand over fist, you know. Doing, you know, because Jake, they happy selling a 300, 400, 500,000 house. These devils be having goddamn $50 million deals and shit. They closing every day, man. All right, so they high up, man. You got certain Edomites, they might work only like 1 month a year, and then, you know, especially if they're in sales, they work 1 month a year, and then the rest of the year they're chilling. They probably might work, or let's just be realistic. Let's just say they work one season a year. They might work from January till like goddamn late April, early May, and then the rest of the year they take off, man. You know, that's because we're at a lower state, man. You know, they'll just focus on a couple $1 million sales, and then they're good for the rest of the year. And princes walking as servants upon the earth. Yeah, we're in a lower state, man. But only the Lord can get us out of this shit, man. You know. All right. But, you know, even the scriptures say, you know, this is a light affliction. This is nothing compared to what we about to receive, man. I mean, I'll be happy with spiritual power, just that alone, man. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't care about the mansion and stuff. I mean, of course, we care, but the flesh part of me is saying, man, I don't care about the planets, nothing. I just want revenge, man, at this point, man. I don't care about the planets that I'm gonna inherit. I'm in the flesh, man. Saying this. I don't care about the Met palaces, the woman. I just want revenge, man. I just want spiritual power, man. That's all I care about, man. Fuck everything else, man. Fuck, I ain't gonna go too out there, but that's all I could say, man. You know, I just want to stop working and fucking get busy, in that order, man. And the Lord willing, allow it, man. I don't want to care about none of that right now, man. I just want, to get busy. This is Isaiah 24:7. I'm ready for the next phase, man. That's all my eyes are set upon, and then everything will handle itself after that, man. But the next phase, man, which is happening right before I. Why you think Trump is locking down these cities? Because it's gonna be men getting the power, man, in these cities and suburbs, man. Right. I gotta look up, Lord willing, if the Spirit allows, I probably might use AI, but I gotta look up probably like superhero series that shows, federal lockdowns of cities, something to that effect. The new wine, Isaiah 24:7, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. That's the house of mirth, man. These bars, especially DC, man. There used to be a time where, I remember a time where it shows you how bad the economy doing. I remember a time you meet a woman and, you tell her, especially like in the early 2010s, when I first got in this truth, tell a woman you don't go to the bar, you don't go do the club thing. She'll look at you like you're the most disgusting, boring thing ever. She'll literally say you're boring, right? Like 15 years ago. Now that's like a normal thing when you tell a woman, nah, I don't club, I don't bar hop, I don't do none of that shit. Even these women can't do that shit no more because they living on a shoestring budget. So they can't even get mad at that no more. That's why the whole Netflix and chill thing came about, man. You just invite her over for movie night, and then at the end of the movie, you with the balls deep, The mirth of tirade ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. So all the joy, the merry, the good times, all that shit, the cheers, it's out the window, man. All right, because it's too expensive now, especially in DC, man. DC, going back, I think the last time I probably went out got a drink in DC was probably like going way back, like 2019 or some shit. And back then the drinks were like $20 for a drink. So I can't even imagine now. Drink like $30-$40 and shit for a mimosa, rum and coke and some shit. They shall not drink wine with the song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Yeah, so that's the times we living in now. They not drinking wine with a song, man. These bars about to go out of business. These House of Mirth shits, these disposable income business models and shit. Because that's all these bars and clubs on. It's just disposable income. It's about to go out the window, just like when the 19 happened, when the C-19. That was the first thing to shut down these House of Mirth, these folly houses. And that's a spirit, because the same guy who locked shit down the first time, he's back in office, man. And, he's about to finish the job. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There's a crying for wine in the streets. Yeah, so even on the right hand side, because we giving y'all that good wine and good food, you know, and it's not about to be out there real soon. And even on the left, man, you people ain't gonna be able to go to your little vent spots, because that's all people do in these bars is vent. You know, about their job, their wife, their family. You know, all joy is dark and the mirth of the land is gone. So, hey, man, the mirth of the land is gone, man. You know, America is no longer, you know, a destination for people to come and have a good time. You know, you see less foreign visitors. You know, Trump's in office. Trump's in office, so you know, only people that really like Trump are Edomites, man. These heathen nations and so forth don't like this goddamn man Trump, man. All right, so something's about to happen to where even all these heathen nations, they're about to blame America, man. You know, which is going to be more than likely the global, because right now we living in a global financial system. There's going to be the collapse of the U.S. dollar, man. That's going to make these heathen nations pissed off. Most of them don't want to go into the beast system because, you know, it's like an old man. He's set in his ways. He's like, fuck you. You know, we using this damn Federal Reserve note, crypto to, you know, exchange, you know, oil and shit like that for dollars or whatever currency. And then they about to flip the whole script, man, real soon with the collapse of the dollar, man. It's Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. Yeah, so it's better to go to, you know, where you see the prophets at, man. You know, that I believe it was called a contrite, a sober and contrite spirit, roughly paraphrasing, than the spirit of the world, which is, you know, folly. Even Biggie said party and bullshit, you know. You know, that's the, you know, of course, you know, Jake want to get their rod wet. And that's the main reason they go there, because it's a lot of women there, you know, where there's music and festival. But there's spirits there as well, too. Death angels there as well, too, man. So you got to be circumspect, man, you know. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart, man. So, you know, hey, man, that's the end of all men, is these people will work all week just to spend their last dollar on, you know, a bottle and a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? And slave hard, grind hard all week, man, just to make sure they got enough money. Keep her happy, man. That's how the average man think, man. Verse 3, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better, man. All right. So yeah, it's better to, you know, have a dose of reality. That's what we giving you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Asian performers. So we giving you a dose of reality, man, than to be living a facade in these damn harlot houses, man. Because that's all these House of Mirth places are. They harlot houses, man. All right. That's why you see most of these bars and clubs. Some of them are actually built, like the architecture is built like a damn church, man. You know. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of the fools is in the house of mirth, man. Yeah, that's the house of mirth. These stadiums, these arenas, and so forth, man. It's just, you know, out of order, man. You know, ain't nothing wrong having a good time without having a little quick drink, something, you know, every once in a blue moon. But don't make that your living staple. Don't make that like, okay. Like these people in the world, like I said, they'll tell you where the hottest or latest club, where all the bitches was at, and so forth. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools, man. For as the crackling of thorns on a pot, so is the laughter of a fool. This is also vanity, man. You hear that cackling sound of these niggas laughing, man. It's, you know, it's vanity, it's vain, it's empty, you know, it's no wisdom, you know, it's just straight foolishness, man. That's why, like, you know, if you know some Jakes, you happen to know some Jakes in in the world, you gotta like keep it to a minimum. You know, you gotta treat them like how you treat your woman. You know, keep it to a bare minimum, man. Surely oppression maketh a wise man, man, and a gift destroyeth the heart, man. All right. And this is one of my favorite verses right here. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. Like, we're at the end of America, man. You know, the very end. You know, this is the 49th year. You know, most queendoms last 250 years. So, you know, this is the very end of America. Than the beginning thereof, and the patience of spirit is better than the power of spirit. So, you know, it's better to be patient than proud, man. Because that's how these people in the world are. They're proud to be a librarian. They're proud to be a nurse. You know, and all those jobs are going out the window with AI right now, right? It's an AI revolution now, man. Especially on a corporate level, man. All these corporations, they, you know, the one position, only the one job they hiring are AI, basically experts or whatever. Like, if you're a Jake looking for a job, be like an AI consultant, man, to teach these companies how to integrate AI in their business model to save them millions of dollars, man. That's the only job that's really out there right now that has a demand, all right? So, be not hasty and not spirit to be angry for anger, resteth in the bosom of fools. Yeah, man. Especially right now, these people are going out angry, they're crashing out, shooting up the bar, shooting up the club. You know, wherever it's a gathering of people, there's some brawls breaking out. You know, tough guys, savages, you know, and so forth, man. And MPD. You know, this is really, it's the New World Order police, these federal agents, man. All right. So that's a spirit. They had a damn checkpoint pull up right in front of the sodomite bar, man. The lollipop bar, sausage fest bar. You know. Hey, that's the Lord getting at these people, man. You know. And we've been warning these niggas in DC that this was gonna happen. And now that it's happening, that's why they still not taking heed, man. Look at that right there. This is how the video opened, man. I wish I could remove that play button, but yeah. Look at that. National Guard. I'm trying to take a screenshot, but look at that shit late as hell. Trying to take a screenshot of this, you know. This is about to be a common recurring thing, man, because you YNs, you know, you have no